So the first part of the giveaway is Hecksy. Basically some scripts I pulled together for drawing and working with hexes. If you go to the samples, there's a few samples. Let's start with raised hex sample. Basic idea is there's a map. It has some default data about the height and texture of the terrain, and then you add hex data for hexes that vary from this terrain. Then we've got various hexes with different heights and different textures. And hit play, and basically Hecksy will draw you a map. So this map is drawn with the raised hex renderer. You can see the hexes are at different heights. There's also a couple of different renderers. So if I go back into the samples, I've got one that renders the hex in the terrain. So again, with the same hex data, sorry, different hex data, but with the same type of hex data, we get these raised platforms, hex-shaped platforms. And I've also added the ability to, if we zoom in, create little ramps. Some weird texture artifact there, not quite sure what that is, but basically you can specify which edge has a ramp. Now I've only implemented the ramps for the south side, but the code should translate to any sides. So just quickly, I'll change the data to show you how it works. So let's say change the position of one of these hexes instead of 3 to, let's make it 1. 1. Close that window, hit play, which will regenerate the terrain. Then we see we have a different shape. There's also another example, which is just a flat hex with terrain costs, but I've added a little pathfinding kind of script to it as well, which people might be interested in. So we go to the flat hex sample, hit play. So we see we've got a little selection thing here, and this terrain has a different cost. We'll click on the guy being the capsule. We can't cross these blue water-like hexes, and then we'll follow the path. So the path will kind of avoid the expensive terrain if it can get there better, but you can still actually move to it if you want to. So there we go. That's Hecksy.